So the patch notes for the new Double Take Collection event are out, and honestly, I think this is what we needed. We've been going through a bad dry spell for Apex for a while. We needed some of these updates. I needed to see some of these changes, and I'm glad that they're doing it. I really hope that it continues in this direction. And by the way, many things are coming back that we thought were going to be taken away. So shout out to Respawn for trying to keep some of the peace and keep some more things going rather than just replacing modes with other modes that will probably get dry of. So I'm excited for some of these LTMs. I'm excited for some of these changes, and I'm excited to keep people playing new versions of the game and interested to see how it all goes as well. So for the past 30 seconds, you've probably already seen, highlights of the trailer that was going on, but now let's dive into the patch notes. So firstly, we have this one, the Quads Takeover. Now, I'm pretty excited about this one because obviously it's a different spin on Battle Royale. I've loved solos personally. I know a lot of you guys haven't for whatever reason, but yes, solos will be ending. Quads is coming, saying no longer will you have to decide which of your 3 friends will be in your squad in the Apex games, because now you can bring all 3 until the end of the season. Your squad of 4 will take on 14 other squads in an attempt to become the Apex champions. Team compositions, well, now they're a whole other vibe with a 4th. Strategies to outsmart and outplay your opponents. We hope that you've gotten your comms down. This is a new generation of Apex. Honestly, I'm excited for this because think about having 2 different crazy comps together on the same team. Like, you can have Bangalore, you can have Bloodhound, and then you can pair, Revenant and Octane or some obviously Revtane is not the same as it used to be, but 2 different killer combos on the same team is going to go crazy. The loot pool has also been updated to avoid infighting for ammo, attachments, and regen items. You may even have a small chance to obtain blue or purple kitted weapon. Unfortunately, though, tridents are too small to squeeze a 4th on board. But let them walk. If you're more of a team player, there's always evac towers or Valkyrie's ult. So it seems like the, tridents are not ready yet. Now, I do think they're going to be ready for the new map District, but it doesn't seem like they're ready yet for quads. Also, Skyward Dive and along with other legend abilities have also been updated to support a 4th. Now, the collection event items are very interesting. At first, we were calling it the Void Swap, but it is the same thing. It's just called Double Take instead. So you've got Fuse dressing up as Crypto, Crypto dressing up as Fuse. You've got Alter dressing up as Octane, and Octane dressing up as Alter. You've got Conduit dressing up as Revenant, and Revenant dressing up as Conduit, and the list goes on. But I think that the idea is pretty cool. Some of them might be a little weird, and also I've seen some really weird green Vantage skins, so we'll see how it all plays. But also, we've got the new Mythic Lifeline skin. This one's actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I do think it kind of looks like a legendary, but I think that the Dock Drone is definitely Mythic level, especially the animation stuff. It looks really, really cool. Like, imagine just getting destroyed by an execution and this thing comes after you. Like, it's even worse than the other ones that the Dock can do. But also, the reward tracker is out. Never really been a big fan of these, but I guess it is what it is. You know the drill. Earn up to 1,400 points per day. Challenges refresh daily, and they all stack with your battle pass, allowing you to multitask and minimize the grind. But not really much of this, in my opinion, is that worth it. But I guess some of them, if you want to go for that Valk skin, then cool beans, go for it. Also, they're going to have some bundles that you can do. The Malware Maelstrom is going to be 5,000 Apex coins instead of 6,700. You get 7 Apex packs with the Crypto Fuse skin, and then the Fuse Crypto skin is going to have a bundle as well, where it's going to be 2,500 Apex coins, and you get 3 packs with that as well, alongside the legendary skin. Now, these are the event packs too, so I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea. The bundles are always a good way to save money, but at the end of the day, all this stuff is overpriced anyways. Now, also, listen to this. Ranked Rumble is in the patch notes. Finish off your ranked season by finding out who takes the top in our very first ranked Rumble, August 3rd to August 6th. A 3-day event. Upheaval's regular ranked season will be shorter when ranked Rumble takes over, but this is all about the best of the best. Each ranked tier will qualify for their own leaderboard, with each one having a unique badge that can be earned. Squad up with your friends to complete your 10 ranked Rumble matches, pushing your score and placement as high as possible. No need to opt in. Everyone who's already achieved a rank this season is auto eligible. Your ranked Rumble placement will have no impact on your RP or ranked season placement rewards. Those are locked in before the ranked Rumble becomes available. How will you stack up against everyone in your rank? I love this idea, and I kind of like this being forced as well. Many of you probably won't appreciate that, and I get it, but I kind of like it. Also, patch notes. Here's where things get crazy. The balance updates. Care package number 1, purple light mag, has been added to the care package. That's a weird one. Gold weapons rotation also. The Nemesis Burst AR, Triple Take Peacekeeper, Prowler PDW, and Longbow are now the gold weapons. End rings will now have even more distribution through the map. Well, if you haven't seen these things already, they're always ending on the north side of the map for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with that. So glad that they're actually getting the end rings to fix a little bit. Also, each quadrant of the map will now have roughly 25% chance of getting selected. So they're trying to randomize it more. There definitely was some narrative. I don't know what for, but for whatever reason, the end games were ending on the north side. Survival slot items have also had an update. Survival slot items have been redistributed to low tier loot zones. The dev note on this was that survival slot items were not spawning in all loot quality zones. This adjustment maintains a similar number of survival slots items in a match, but even more evenly distributes them across the map. Weapons and attachments also got some balance updates. Take a look at this. G7 Scout. The damage has been increased to 33 instead of 32. Rate of fire has been increased. Will we see a G7 Scout meta instead of the 30-30 meta? Adjusted recoil to be more consistent when firing at max fire rate. DevNote also said the G7 has felt a little underwhelming. I disagree, but whatever. And our data backs that up. Okay, screw your data. When we were evaluating its rate of fire, we realized its recoil could use a pass as well, so we've smoothed out what we think would be the roughest spots and are giving it a little more damage. This should help the G7 be competitive with the rest of the marksman and sniper roster. Havoc rifle also finally gets nerfed. Let's go. All mag size has been reduced. No mag now 20 instead of 24. White mag now 24 instead of 28. Blue mag now 28 instead of 32. Purple mag now 32 instead of 36. The dev note was that the Havoc is a force to be reckoned with. Even with all the bells and whistles of mags and turbochargers, it still puts in work. However, 36 rounds in a kitted Havoc, even with the firing delay, represents high damage uptime and forgiveness for wasted rounds often experienced during pre-firing. Pulling back on mags allows it to remain deadly, but requires a little more precision as well. Honestly, I feel like it needs to be, nerfed more, but we shall see. Longbow DMR also headshot multiplier increased to 2.25 instead of 2.15. R9 has now had reduced hipfire randomness, so a little bit of a buff for them. The dev note said over the last few patches, we nerfed the R99 because it was a significant outlier, performing well above the rest of the pack. Those nerfs were substantial, and the R9 has fallen off a little too far for our liking and is feeling unreliable. These adjustments intend to bring up the consistency without directly increasing the damage potential. I like the idea. Rampage also had some changes. Firing animation has less vertical movement in WoW ADS than weapon rarity sets. Peacekeeper blue and purple optic has been updated to 1x HCOG instead of the 2x bruiser, and charge rifle and sentinel purple versions have been updated to where the optic has been updated to 4 to 8 instead of 2 to 4. Gun run will keep the 2 to 4, however, so a little complex situation there. 4 to 10x digital threat scope will no longer provide threat vision through smoke or gas. I feel like that's the whole point of the freaking thing, but whatever. Alter also had some changes. Now we get into the legend changes. Void Passage, Crypto EMP will now affect all players phased by the Void Passage. Bangalore also got a change where the smoke launcher, listen to this, they got a big dev note on this one. All players within smoke will now have a white highlight visible to other players in smoke within 20 meters. Now, this is going to change Bangalore a lot. Dev note says fighting inside Bangalore smoke has never been a pleasant experience for players or viewers aside from you Bloodhound mains, as it takes fights messy and hard to read. We are leveling the playing field now by making all players inside smoke clear targets to no one other than within a white highlight. And you've got to be in that smoke with them more than likely because it's 20 meters. This highlight is not visible from outside the smoke. All the rotational and sight blocking gameplay are kept intact. However, while playing inside the smoke, it will be more clear. It will also be more risky, and resets will be much harder if the smoke is challenged. Bloodhound also got a change where the Beast of the Hunt threat vision is no longer visible through the smoke or gas. Upgrade level 2 also got a change for Bloodhound, where Raven's Blessing ult has been charged reduced to 20% instead of 25%. The upgrade for level 3, we've got 2 updates here. New Sight Hound reduced tack cooldown by 50% when ultimate is active. Now also got a new flock where remove enemy range requirement for white ravens to spawn. The dev note here on Bloodhound was this: sometimes even the best teams break up and go their separate ways. Bloodhound ult has always been a strong synergy with Bangalore smoke, but pairing has recently become too dominant and a singular answer to the can't see stuff meta. I think it's called something else than can't see stuff. With the removal of threat vision through smoke, Bloodhound will need to rely on their tack scan like other recon legends. This should remove the necessity for the dynamic duo to pair together and allow for new roster compositions to form in its wake. What a big change, especially for all these pro games that are going on, man. These guys are getting ready to literally play regional finals and more pro league matches, and now they're going to have to find a new meta quick because this is a massive change. We're also noticing how much the White Raven passive would fall off in the late game as enemies are naturally closer, making Raven's Blessing upgrade much less valuable after the first ring. The new level 3 upgrade will allow players to play off White Ravens across the match and fuel their ult more effectively. Alternatively, players can now tap back into some Bloodhound's old scan potential with their ult. Then also you've got some changes to aim to shift the power away from simply securing knocks for late game benefit into more opportunities to use the ult or the tag through new upgrade choices. So you could see these upgrade talks that we've had mentioned here. Also got some Pathfinder updates here where down and away tag will now refresh on both knocks and assisted knocks within a 3-second window. So not just knocks. Nice little upgrade for Path. I like this idea. Revenant also upgrade level 3. Grim Leaper tag will now refresh on both knocks and assisted knocks within a 3-second window. I like this idea. Once again, I feel like assisted knocks are almost just as much as your knocks. You're probably doing just as much damage, so why not? Also, maps got an update. Pubs are going to be Broken Moon, Kings Canyon, and Olympus. Say goodbye to Storm Point. Also, ranked has a change where Broken Moon, Olympus, World's Edge are going to be for ranked. I liked it, but I still think that Kings Canyon is underrated. I know it's not great for ranked, but I just like playing it, okay? Modes also got some updates. Quads, of course, is coming. We've already made mention. It's going to be replacing the duos playlist for season 21.1 patch, but it's also kind of sort of replacing solos because solos was replacing duos for a while. It's going to be 15 teams of 4 players, loot improvements as well, and a chance to find purple and blue kitted weapons, increased ammo in light, heavy, and energy ammo boxes, increased chance to find ammo, health, shield, scopes, and deployable items, increased replicator starting count 12 to 15. Lobby supports a 4th player for inviting previous match squad members. Legend ability updates to support 4th squad members as well. Mirage Decoy now shows 4 squad members when dropping from the dropship. Valkyrie ult allows for 3 additional squad members to attach. Vantage passive can also spot the armor on all enemy teammates within an ADS. And then also Lobo's ultimate has the UI to support a 4th player now. Note, quads is the only mode that supports queuing with 4 players. All other modes will be locked. Solos, also LTM coming on the 9th, so it's July the 9th to July 22nd. Solos is coming back again. Mixtape also got some updates. Lockdown added the core estates map and then also mixtape map rotation. So you can see a lot of mixed map rotations. Not going to dive into all these. You can just take a look and pause the video if you want. Ranked also got some updates. Let's take a look at this one. This is a big one. Ranked Rumble takes over the normal ranked league at the end of the season as the singular ranked offering. Ranked entry cost placement and KP tuning has been updated to the following: lower entry cost to bronze tier, so gold 35 instead of 40, and platinum was now 55 instead of 60, diamond 75 instead of 80. Placement RP tuning now follows ALGS rules, and that all top 15 will gain points. Interesting. I love adding ALGS rules. I've been a big proponent of this, and I know some of you casuals out there don't like it for whatever reason. Kill point tuning has also been changed to 8th place, 14 instead of 12. 7th place, also 14 instead of 12. 6th place, 16 instead of 12. The dev note on this was basically that we've received valuable insights from last season's data and community feedback and made slight adjustments based on both. The entry cost above bronze has been slightly lowered, and all the top 15 players will now receive corresponding placement points and increase the KP for players in the top 6th, 8th positions, with the potential of more updates to come as we continue to monitor. We reward players for excellent strategic choices in placement and outstanding combat performances and kills. Achieving top 5 placement in many ways is your strategic choice, but we don't reward you with additional points. You must validate your placement with eliminations. Love that idea. Also, some bug fixes. 3030 will no longer swap to a different reticle when reloading. The Evo Harvester icons will no longer appear incorrectly for those who reconnect and connect late to a match. Firing range also, dynamic stats will now record some weapons properly. Fix an exploit that allows players to move faster than normal. Mythic melee items will now display the respective names and death recaps. Nessies will no longer be occasionally extremely bouncy. Players will no longer be able to shoot enemies while safe behind cover. Remember that, shooting through the walls? Finally, that's fixed. Resolved instances where some text displayed the old replicator icon. Now they go into some more, graphic bug fixes, legend bug fixes. Altars got some, Catalyst got some, Octane, Revenant. You can pause the video if you want to see some of this. Not many of these are really like huge. They're just like little nitty gritty bugs that they have to put at the end of the patch. Interested to see what your guys' thoughts are though, because I think that these patch notes are pretty freaking good. So now that you've seen the patch notes, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Are you excited for these patch notes, or do you think that they're a major L? Let me know. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.